Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Karen, and today I'll guide you through a gentle, stretchy, and releasing yoga practice. So let's get started seated. So you can come to sit cross-legged. You can make yourself nice and comfortable here. You might wish to sit up on a yoga bolster, blocks, or on cushions. And then once you've found your comfortable seat, you can rest your hands on your knees with the palms face down, or maybe bringing one hand on top of the other and resting them in your lap. You can close your eyes here, or option to soften your gaze instead. Spending a few moments here, settling into presence on your mat today. Rolling your shoulders down your back. Can you stack your shoulders above your hips? Inviting softness into the muscles of your face. Unfurrowing your brow. Relaxing your jaw muscles. Bringing your awareness to your breath here. Noticing the gentle rise of your inhale and the gentle fall of your exhale. Noticing the belly and the ribs expand on your inhale. And the belly and your ribs gently contract on your exhale. A few more moments here observing your breath. And then we'll move into some counted breath work, box breathing, inhaling through the nose for 4, holding the inhale at the top for 4, exhaling out through the nose for 4, and holding the exhale at the bottom for 4. That's 1 round, and we'll take 5 rounds of this soothing and grounding type of breath. Let's begin by just exhaling all the air out of your belly. And in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. One more round, counting for yourself. Letting your breath return to normal. Just noticing the effects of box breathing here. Noticing the subtle, energetic, and physical effects. When you're ready, let's start to move. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms to face up for a big, big stretch, growing tall through your spine. Thinking of reaching your arms back behind you. 2 more deep belly breaths here. You can let go of the hold of the fingers and then inhale to reach tall. Exhale, your left hand comes to your right knee and then your right fingertips come back behind you to act as a kickstand for a gentle twist. Inhale, really elongate your spine. As you exhale, twist from your belly. Maybe you look over your right shoulder. 3 deep belly breaths here in your spinal twist. Inhale back to center, reaching the arms up. Exhale, other way. So right hand to left knee, left fingertips coming back behind you. Inhale, grow tall through your spine. Exhale, twist from your belly. Maybe look over your left shoulder. 3 breaths here as well. Breathing deep, relaxing the muscles of your face. Inhale back to center, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, cactus the arms open. Roll your shoulders down your back. Create goalpost arms here. Think of sending your arms back behind you, reaching your chest to the sky and maybe gazing upwards. 1 more breath here, opening into the heart space. From here, bringing your hands to your knees, let's move into seated cat-cow. So inhale, think of reaching your elbows back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Gently guide your chest through your arms and maybe gaze up. And then as you exhale, rolling back onto your tailbone, straightening through your arms, chin to chest. Inhale, chest reaches forward, gaze up. Exhale, rolling back onto the tailbone. Feel the stretch in between your shoulder blades, chin to chest. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we'll make our way to tabletop. All fours position. Your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Let's take some cat-cow barrel rolls. So your belly drops towards your mat and then you start to move your torso over to one side. As you start to round through the back, move the torso over to the other side. And then you just keep going like that. There's really no right or wrong, just getting super explorative with this. You could even bend your elbows a little bit, bringing it into the shoulders. And then changing directions of your circles here. Getting into all the little nooks and crannies, letting your body lead the way. to tabletop. From here, side stretch. So you're going to send your right leg off in the diagonal so that the right foot actually comes off your mat, and then you extend your left leg back behind you. Now your left foot is on the same line as your right knee, and then we'll reach left arm up to the sky with your right hand underneath your shoulder, left arm in line with left ear for a really big side body stretch here. Think of turning your chest towards the sky. 3 deep breaths, breathing into your left rib cage, left lung. From here, reach the arm back up to the sky. Then you can come onto the right fingertips and use your core to stack your shoulders above your hips for gate pose. Let left arm slide down left leg, right arm in line with right ear. Big side body stretch now, right side this time. 3 breaths here. Feeling a long line of energy from the right knee to the right fingertips. And we'll release that, come back to tabletop, just so we can do all that on the other side. So now the left leg goes off out to the side, your left foot is off your mat, left hand is under your shoulder as your right leg goes back. Right foot is planted into the mat and in line with your left knee. Reach right arm up to the sky, and then you can bring your right arm in line with your right ear for a big side body stretch here. 3 deep breaths. Reaching out through the right fingertips. Just like on the other side, reach the right arm up to the sky. You can come onto the left fingertips. Use your core to stack your shoulders above your hips. Right arm slides down right leg, left arm in line with left ear for gate pose, left side. And my apologies that my back is turned to you. We'll just be here for 2 more breaths. Big side body stretch, left side. And then slowly rise out of that. Come back to your tabletop position. Puppy pose from here. So think of keeping the hips above the knees, and then you start to walk your hands super far forward. The hands can be shoulder width distance apart or maybe a little bit wider. And then you start to sink your forehead towards your mat. Now, if the forehead doesn't reach the mat, do not worry. You can stick with this. You could also bring a block or cushions underneath your forehead to bring the ground a little bit closer. And we'll be here in puppy pose, opening into the shoulders, the heart space, for 4 more breaths. Push into your hands, rising up and out of that. You can walk your hands in a little bit closer to you, and whatever way works for you, making your way down onto your belly. From here, wide arm cobra roll, so your hands will actually come off the mat onto the fingertips with little hollows underneath your palms. And then as you inhale, gently push into the fingers, lift your head and chest up, gaze forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release. From here, Sphinx pose. Bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders. You can interlace your hands here, or you could have your palms resting on your mat. Roll the shoulders down your back, gazing forward. We'll be here for 5 more breaths. If having the elbows underneath the shoulders feels like a lot for your body, you can walk the elbows a little bit further forward to decrease the intensity in the lower back. 2 more breaths here. Letting your elbows open nice and wide, bringing your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, push up to tabletop, and let's take wide-legged child's pose. So big toes come to touch, knees go wide, sink your hips down and back. Your arms are ahead of you. You can rest your forehead on the mat. 5 deep breaths here. Making your way back to tabletop. Let's set up for down dog. So walk the hands about another hand's width distance ahead of you. Your fingers spread nice and wide. Hands shoulder width distance apart. Push into the hands, feel the shoulders fire up. Pick your knees up and send your hips up and back towards the sky. You can always have a bend in your knees. Your head is in between your arms. Your gaze is back at your feet. Keep pushing into the hands. You can choose stillness, or you might like to pedal out your legs, bending into one knee, straightening through the other. 2 more breaths here in downward facing dog. Then when you're ready, just walking to the top of your mat for forward fold. Feet are hips width distance apart. You can have a bend in your knees. Allow your torso to rest over your legs. You could let your arms dangle. You could hold on to opposite elbows. Chin to chest to elongate the back of your neck. 3 more deep breaths here. Releasing the spine, opening into the backs of your legs. From here, Yogi Squat Malasana. You can come onto your fingertips, walk your feet out nice and wide. Your heels are pointing in and your toes are pointing slightly outwards here. Now, you can bend into your knees, sink your hips low. You could always hang out here with your hands resting on your knees. And you're also working on a lot more strength with this version as well. If it feels good for your body, you can start to sink your hips low. And do not worry if you're up on your heels quite a lot. That is perfectly normal. You could always bring your hands down onto the mat to help with your balance. If it feels good for you, maybe you bring the hands into prayer, pushing knees into elbows, elbows into knees. Here for another 4 breaths in Yogi Squat. Opening into the hips, releasing low back. in whatever way works for you, making your way down to seated for butterfly pose. Soles of the feet come together, your knees go wide. Now for butterfly pose, know that you can always sit up on cushions or blocks, especially if you feel a little bit stuck here and like you're rolled back onto your tailbone. That can be really helpful and allow you to begin to start folding forward. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold forward, thinking of reaching your belly button towards your feet. You can have your hands on your feet, or you can start to walk your hands ahead of you. Here for another 5 deep breaths. Breathing into your inner thighs, hips, low back. Lifting yourself up and out of that, extending the right leg in front of you. Left sole of the foot is in line with your right thigh with a bend in the left knee for half butterfly pose. Inhale to reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Your hands can rest anywhere that feels good for you. Here for 4 more breaths. Breathing into the right leg, left lower back, left hip. You can always have a bend in your right knee for this as well, especially if there's any pain or pulling in the back of the right knee. Rising out of this, bringing your left hand back behind you. Reach the right arm in line with your right ear, opening into the heart space. Now you can always stay here, or option to push into the left hand, come up onto the left heel, and then start to reach the right arm, or not the left heel, sorry, the left shin. And then start to reach the right arm back behind you for a wild thing variation. Another deep breath here. And then slowly lowering down and out of that. Let's do both poses on the other side. So extending your left leg in front of you now, bending into the right knee. Right sole of the foot is in line with your left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Your hands can frame your left leg. You can always have a bend in your left knee here if you like. 4 more breaths, half butterfly, left side. Rising out of this, bringing your right hand back behind you, planting into the mat. Left arm reaches in line with your left ear. You can always stay here, opening into the chest. Or maybe you push into your right hand, lift up onto your left shin, or your right shin rather. Send the chest forward as you reach your left arm back. 1 more breath here. And then slowly lowering down and out of that. From here, coming to lie down on your back, whatever way works for you. Setting up for bridge, bending into your knees, feet plant into your mat, about hips width distance apart, arms down beside you with the palms face down. push into the heels, squeeze your glutes, and start to send your hips up towards the sky. You can push into the shoulders here as well for some extra support. Bridge pose, opening into the heart space. Keep reaching your hips towards the ceiling, your chin to your chest, and your knees to the top of your mat. Two more breaths here. And then slowly lowering out of that. Extend your right leg long. Bring your left knee into your chest. You can interlace your hands around your left knee. Taking another breath here. And then bring your left arm out to a T with the left palm face down. You can use your right hand to guide your left knee across your torso. Your gaze can remain at the ceiling or maybe over your left shoulder. Single-legged recline twist. Make sure your left shoulder stays earthed into the ground. Three more belly breaths. Rolling back to center. Switch out the legs. Extend your left leg long. Bring the right knee into your chest, interlacing the hands around your right knee. Pausing for 2 breaths here. Right arm out to a T or a cactus arm. Use your left hand to guide right knee across your body over to the left side. Right shoulder glues into the mat. You can gaze up at the ceiling or maybe over the right shoulder. 3 more breaths here. Rolling back to center. Planting both feet into the mat so that you can bring the soles of your feet together and your knees wide for reclined butterfly. Your hands can stay resting on your belly or maybe out to the sides. Spending about another 7 breaths here. Let's take the first 3 breaths as releasing, cleansing deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling to sigh it out through the mouth. Let's begin. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Releasing. Inhale into your belly, your lungs. Exhale. Sighing it out. Last one. Inhale here. And exhale. Letting go. 4 more breaths. Using your hands, gently guide your knees back towards each other. Taking Shavasana, extending your legs long, arms out to the side with the palms faced up. Know that you can always take Shavasana with a bend in your knees, rolled onto your side or even belly face down if lying on your back doesn't feel good to you. Shavasana is a posture of deep rest where we can integrate the practice. Relaxing your eyes, softening your jaw. Allow your body to soften and surrender into the floor beneath you. We'll spend a few more minutes here in Shavasana in silence. This is a time for deep rest. Your only task here is to simply rest. I'll keep an eye on the time and I'll call you back with the sound of my voice. When you're ready, take a deep breath to wake your body back up. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing some gentle movement into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling out your wrists, your ankles. If it feels good, maybe take a big stretch, reaching your arms and feet away from each other. And then bringing both knees into your chest, giving yourself a little hug here, curling up into a ball. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then take your time. There's no rush. Making your way up to seated. We'll close the practice together in cross-legged. When you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands through prayer at heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll close the practice here by chanting the sacred sound of Om, followed by Shanti, which means peace, 3 times. Inhale to begin. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bowing your head to your heart. You can bring your hands over your eyes, resting the weight of your head in your hands. And then taking your time to come back to your space. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope that you enjoyed this practice. If you did, I would so appreciate if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel, and it also really helps if you can comment underneath the video. Even just like a few emojis is amazing. Or yeah, if you would like to share how you found the practice as well, I would love to hear from you. Wishing you a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Bye.